Welcome to Candid Africa, truthful and unapologetic.
Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen, a year ago, we saw a barbaric and brutal death of the head of state of Libya, a representative of his country, a member of the African Union. That death occurred in the context in which NATO was operating supposedly in order to protect civilians. As we, in spirit, join the United States in condemning that death,
on sustainable development in Johannesburg in 2002, Mugabe was defiant.
Having and bearing sanctions banning us from Europe, we are not Europeans. We have not asked for any inch of Europe or any square inch of that territory. So, Blair, keep your England and let me keep my Zimbabwe.
So, listening for emotions and connection. So you find that when people are speaking, right? Sometimes they speak knowing fully well that their audience, right, will empathize with them. If you follow these speeches of Mugabe at the UN or wherever, right, he was speaking to evoke emotions of Africans particularly, so that they can connect with his way of thinking that the whites were victimizing Zimbabwe and therefore were victimizing Africa and so on. Blair, keep your England and me, I keep my Zimbabwe. Critical. When you are listening, you scrutinize the message. You try to be critical. And then you scrutinize the message and see what that message is all about. Let me see whether I can get something. Okay, so what are the steps that we can take to listen attentively? Face the speaker and maintain eye contact with the speaker. Because when someone is speaking, there are certain expressions, facial expressions, the way they move their hands, the way sometimes they will open or shut their eyes. It will give an impression to you. In most Western cultures, eye contact is considered a basic ingredient of effective communication. I'm saying Western cultures because in our culture sometimes we don't want to have eye contact with the person that you are speaking to. remember the first time I tried to engage some girl in a boy-girlfriend talk. Girl was digging now, not exactly listening to what I was trying to say, right? But that was Kasha or Kasha Day. I think now people will be digging with that. They'll be looking at you there, right? And so on. So when we talk, we look at each other in the eye. That doesn't mean that you cannot carry on the conversation for a long time, but what you're trying to do is try to get something behind you. You try to look behind the curtain of what someone is saying. Step number 2, be attentive. The important thing is to be attentive when you are listening. Try to focus on the speaker's accent or speech mannerisms. Do not distract yourself with your own thoughts, feelings, or biases. Because sometimes when we are distracted by our own thoughts or feelings or biases, we cannot listen attentively to somebody. For example, there were presidential elections 2 years ago, and you had presidential aspirants. And one presidential aspirant was a guy called Ras Chikomeni. Now, when Ras Chikomeni comes to speak, do you think people have, of the audience, do you think they are taking it seriously? No. So they were biased. But this guy was talking a lot of sense. The things that he was saying were making a lot of sense. But people are already biased. It's not him speaking. Yes. So they are already biased. Right? So we have to be attentive. That is step number 2. Step number 3, keep an open mind. Listening without judging the other person making sure that if I go to listen, maybe the guy will be talking some sense. So sometimes when we are listening, if we already have got prejudices, then obviously, whatever someone is going to say, we're not going to get anything. But if we have got an open mind, then we will get something out of what we are saying. What we should know is that when someone is speaking, They are representing thoughts that they themselves have, the feelings, the experiences that they have. And therefore, if we listen with an open mind, it will help us ask probing and critical questions about what they have said. Sometimes when we are listening, what we are hearing are words. But then, let us try to turn those words into pictures in our mind. In other words, we try to create mental models of the information that is being created. Someone is trying to say something, for example, about a tragic accident, like fatal slavery. Then you create a mental picture of how that accident happened. That makes you understand or connect to the story much more. Also, try to concentrate on and remember key words and phrases in the speech. When people are speaking, there are certain punchy words that are there. So try to remember all. Because those are the things that are the main message. Kamuzu Banda used to speak lengthy speeches, but usually you could summarize all those speeches into very simple phrases. That when he came back home, he came to break the Street Federation, give his people freedom, and ensure that his people lived in houses that do not leak when it is raining. So, remember it. Don't interrupt and don't impose your solutions. When someone is saying something, if you interrupt what they are saying, then obviously you are not going to get the next point or the next story. Don't impose your own solutions. Let them speak. And then when they have ended, that is when you can proffer your own thoughts. Wait for the speaker to pause to ask clarifying questions. When someone is speaking, if you ask them questions as they are speaking, obviously you are disturbing the flow of their argument. So let them pause and then you ask them a question. Step number 7, ask questions only to ensure understanding. Because sometimes people ask questions either to embarrass the speaker or to lead them astray. But perhaps it is better to ask questions to ensure that what the speaker is saying is understood. Try to feel what the speaker is speaking. In other words, try to empathize with the speaker. If you feel sad when the person with whom you are speaking expresses sadness, then they will be open enough. When they express joy and you empathize with them, you also feel joyful. Then they will be joyful and they will open up and so on. So this is also another very good way of being a good listener. Give the speaker regular feedback. And I'm laughing because this seems to be a very, very good response that our ladies are very good at in political rights. When the president or these other politicians are speaking, they pause for a while, the drum starts drumming, giving them some feedback, right? Or some morale to say more, right? And so on. Pay attention to what is not said. Sometimes speakers do not say things verbally. There are certain things which are expressed more vividly through non-verbal expressions. We saw Hitler's was that a speech or it was kind of stage gimmick, right? I'm sure you have seen many preachers, particularly Pentecostal preachers, jumping up and down on the stage there. Right? Those antics drum home what is being said. Just imagine if someone was just standing like this and then speaking and so on and so forth. It would be very boring, wouldn't it? So, those non-verbal cues are also very, very important in speeches. Okay. Barriers to active listening. What is it that stops us or interferes with our active listening? There are environmental barriers, physiological barriers, psychological barriers, selective listening, negative listening attitudes, personal reactions, and poor motivation. If I were Shepherd Bushiri, I would say now let us go deeper. So, comprehend, listen. Comprehensive listening means listening to learn, listening to understand, and listening to comprehend. In other words, you are giving the speaker the full attention. You are taking notes. You are separating key ideas, details, and action steps. So, in other words, you flip on the listening switch. You are paying full attention. Like when I was lost yesterday, there was this girl who was sitting across the aisle. She had a notebook. So each time this preacher was saying certain things, she was taking down the notes. So I was saying to myself, you must be very, very attentive. Taking notes, I'm failing to take any notes, and so on. So I hope she was really taking notes. Right? She, in other words, she really was giving full attention. Right? Secondly, have a listening plan. In other words, when you are taking notes, right, in listening, right, you have a plan. You jot down a plan on your piece of paper. Key ideas. What are the key ideas? What are the speaker's main points? The details. from the main point that the speaker has said, right? Point number 1, what are the details? Point number 2, what are the details? Point number 3, what are the details there? Then he said that you have point number 3, action steps. What action do I need to take from what the speaker is saying? Do I ask a question? Do I read further?
Do I add comments?
Sorry?
Will I add comments?
Exactly. Point number 4. What questions should I ask? Right? So as the speaker is speaking, right, it means you are organized. You have got your own listening plan. Right? And as the speaker is speaking, in most cases, the speaker will start with an introduction. Where there will be the main ideas, right, the main point. And then from the main point, there will be details. So, if you are on your sketch there, right, you have the point 1, 2, 3, 4, right, and then you will be asking the details. And so then at the end, you will be asking some questions. Empathy. Your ability to understand and share another person's feeling. Is it genuine or not genuine? Listen to their verbal and non-verbal communication and reflect back on them. What are the benefits of effective listening? Well, if you listen effectively, you will have done a good job for yourself. Productivity. You will produce notes. You improve on the way you react. Because if you are not listening, how are you going to react? How are you going to ask questions? How are you going to comment? Sometimes you avoid embarrassing yourself. Because we have been in situations where people are not listening, and then they say something which is quite contrary to what was being discussed. Then you say, you was. It improves your understanding of the topic. It also improves your negotiation skills. For example, if you were listening to somebody talking about a certain dispute, if you listen to what they were saying, then it prepares you to negotiate much better. It also adds to your own image and personality. When you listen attentively and ask relevant questions, ask intelligent questions, then people will say, this person is very, very intelligent. In other words, it helps you to stand out Because you were listening and therefore you were able to either comment or on the topic presently or ask relevant questions. And then you will be appreciated. People will appreciate you. So, listening is extremely important in our life as university students. So I thank you for listening, assuming you were listening. So who was not listening? Any question on the importance of listening, things that will distract you from listening? So if I were to ask you something, to give you an assignment to listen, then you listen. Okay, that's good. Probably it should accept. This was it, where come on. I will send it to you.
country that helps the military to invade this country. We will invade that country ourselves too. Our soldiers can fight better than any group of soldiers in Eastern Central Africa. So any country that helps the military to invade this country is playing with fire. It's not that I want any ally, but I want to face facts. And I think facts are beginning to have their own effects now on many people. But of course, they won't admit it. Not yet.
You, of course, have taken all through a very independent line in Africa. You stood up for the Israelis against the Arabs, President Johnson against his critics of his Negro policy.
I did.
Do you think you're getting any converts to this independent line of thought as well?
I think so. But even if I do not, I stick. I'll still do that because I believe I'm right, I'm doing the right thing. Nobody can convince me that it is sensible thing, an honest thing to expect any British government to send troops to Rhodesia. Troops of Englishmen, Scotsmen and Irishmen to go there and kill other Englishmen and Scotsmen and Irishmen. If I were in power in Africa, nobody would ask me to send soldiers to go and kill Negroes who put on the white men in power.
Would you, can we turn to the Commonwealth now, would you agree with President Kaunda, who said today that the Commonwealth had thundered over the Rhodesian issue?
No, I don't agree. It hasn't. Last year, many of you newspaper people, the Manchester Guardian for one, was telling the whole world that the Commonwealth was crumbling, that certain countries were going to walk out, 5 of them. But not a single country. I said even from the beginning that anyone who said the Commonwealth was crumbling just didn't know what he was talking about. I, for one, can't be bluffed. You people can be bluffed.
So you think the Commonwealth is still influential in this Southern African context?
Very much so. I'm not going to be bluffed by anyone. Even those who shout the loudest, they know deep down in their hearts that's not me.
You don't, like President Kaunda, blame the white leaders of the Commonwealth. He says that any...
I am not naming anybody. I'm just saying that the Commonwealth is not crumbling, that's all. And if you people want to be bluffed, it's your business, but I can't be bluffed myself.
Can you see a Commonwealth solution to Rhodesia?
The only solution I can see myself is negotiation between two men.
That is Mr. Wilson
and Mr. Smith.
The Assembly will hear an address by His Excellency Robert Mugabe, President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, and I request protocol to escort His Excellency. On behalf of the General Assembly, I have the honor to welcome to the United Nations His Excellency Robert Mugabe, President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, and I invite His Excellency to address the Assembly.
Your Excellency, Mr. Peter Thompson, the President of the 71st Session of the General Assembly, Your Excellencies, Heads of State and Government, Your Excellency Mr. Ban Ki-moon, Secretary General, of the United Nations,
Okay, so we'll send you the. Well, I was trying to get this stuff on BBC. We'll send you that one. You listen to it very carefully, and once you listen to it very carefully, you will summarize it. And then that is your assignment. So listen to it very carefully. And then summarize what is the goal. Somebody don't write something more than 1 page. That will be too much. Okay? Have you signed the sign sheet? Who is the class leader? Have you nominated one? When are you nominating one? Can you nominate one? Whenever you nominate, you create a WhatsApp. So that I can send it. Because I saw only one person wrote the phone number. Does it mean that we don't have phones? Or our phones are secret? So what I will do is I will just send you the number. Then you send it to your friend. Or the number. Just create one. Okay, make sure that you create. The photo, is it up and running? Who has been able to visit the photo? So you can visit. Right. So we also put it up there. So that we don't have excuses. Because students are fond of excuses. Did I tell you the story about my colleague who, in our class, we were 10 of us doing bilateral education. What had happened was that when we joined Then 1 year down the line, they said that they didn't have enough teachers. So they were going to make us all do diplomas instead of us continuing. So that the fact we are not very happy. Right? So people like myself, I went to say, okay, now I don't want to teach, I'm going to do public administration. So I went to public administration, I was there for a while, and the principal board said, friends, I will do education. We think that you will fit the university. So I was honored. I went back. I don't have any choice. So out of the 35 of us, 10 of us were not so bad. So they said, no, either you can do what you want to do, like a degree. So they gave us a condition that we will change your degree. Instead of doing diploma, then degree, you go and join your friends who are doing degree. So we're doing general degree work. And then in 5th year, that is when now we went back to do our teaching practice and things like that. Now, out of the 10 of us, we are the very notorious colleagues, who I hope none of you are like that one. Because that guy had a very strange habit. When he was in primary school, he married. When he went to secondary school, he married this guy. When he went to university, he married the third wife. So the third wife was residing in Chicana, which is just across Chancellor. Right? So that is where he was spending most of his time. So when it came to writing assignment, he was finding it very difficult to write assignment because he was busy with his third wife. So the professor used to send us to remind him. He was always very, very kind. So we have to lie on behalf of our friend. He is sick and so forth. So we don't want you to be lying as well. Because I don't think none of you have married a third wife yet. Because you're just beginning. Unfortunately, my friend, when he finished college and went to work, guess what happened? He married his fourth wife. So when he was dying, he had 4 wives. And I don't know how many children. But don't do like my friend, because he was just lucky because our professor of education was very sympathetic. Because when he did write a number of assignments and so forth, the Senate decided to fail him. But the same professor that he was not cooperating with, they said, no, this guy cannot fail. Because you see, he did general degree from 1st year to 4th year. He passed. So if he had finished last year, he would have voted in the general debate. So how can we fail him in PTA? So that's how we expect that you don't get sympathetic people like that. So that's work and they write our assignment. The other thing about working hard is that our grades are cumulative, right? So you find that sometimes if you're not serious in first year, right? And then in the fourth year, fifth year, that's when you start being serious. The grades in first year will affect your grades in the fourth year and so on, right? So let's make sure that we balance these things out. Acting active right now, let's write our assignment and let us finish. So when you open your photos, you will find notes on listening. It will not be these notes. The spelling one will be slightly different notes. So read those, and the questions will come from there. So don't say that you will not be working. So next week we'll be looking at the writing. Speaking. Because some other people might be coming into this class. roommate of mine in college. When we graduated, he went teaching, and he was fond of the bottle. So one day he decided he claimed he had repented. So he decided to break all the bottles because according to him, those were the causes of his disease. So he had all these empty bottles, he started smashing them one by one. And then he found one bottle somehow had liquid in it. And then he, what he said, I don't think you are responsible for my misfortune. So I will leave you. Why are you taking your time? You don't have email address. If you don't have email addresses, don't worry. You create one.